Joe Douglas giving some praise to Denzel Mims? Yes, it happened on a podcast, and we're going to talk about it. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video, and today I'm talking about Denzel Mims and why it seemed like Joe Douglas gave him some praise, and if you've seen the pictures of him, it looks pretty good right now. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast, wherever it is that you get your podcast. You can call in and leave me a question. Also, I got the Patreon, patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. Jets Analytics for you over there. We do mock draft Mondays. This past week was my least favorite scenario for the New York Jets to go for in the NFL draft, which is going to be coming up in a few weeks. And if you don't know, on Jets Talk 24/7, we are live streaming all 3 days of the NFL draft with myself, Ryan, and Greenbean. Okay, now that the housekeeping is out of the way, let's hop into it. So I was surprised when I was listening to the New York Jets podcast with Eric Allen, and he had Joe Douglas on, and Joe Douglas went out of his way to talk about Denzel Mims. He was talking about, initially, Eric brought up Elijah Moore and bring back Braxton Berrios and Corey Davis, and then Joe Douglas hops in and goes, I'd be remiss not to mention Denzel, who's been working his tail off, his agent sending me videos. And if you see the pictures of Denzel Mims, he looks like he's in phenomenal shape. We were glad to find out that he is working with Zach Wilson and some other Jets receivers as well, like Elijah Moore's there, as you know, obviously too, and a few others. I just forget off the top of my head. But the point is, he's there and he's working. And what does that mean? Does that mean that, hey, maybe he's sticking around? Does that mean he's definitely off the roster anyway? Don't look too much into this. I guess I'm somewhere in the middle here. Look, last year was downright atrocious for Denzel, right? It couldn't have gone any worse, whether it was the penalties, which were stupid and avoidable, whether it was being out with COVID, whether it was the food poisoning that kept him out during OT. It was just like one thing after the next on top. So a lot of people are like, get him off the roster. He's gone, whatever. Others on the other side of the spectrum, you still have some like, I believe in Denzel. I think he could still be a starter. I think he deserves to go into training camp and compete for a roster spot. And what do I mean? Like, I think if he's wide receiver 5, okay, I could live with that. If he earns that opportunity, obviously. I'm not saying just gift wrap it to him, but the thing is with Denzel is the talent is there. It's whether he can put it all together. And as a rookie, we saw flashes of it. There were stretches where he looked good, especially with Joe Flacco. At points, the Chargers game really jumps out. The game against New England, the night game, not the same. No, the Seeing Ghost game was the year before. I was right. The night game against the Pats, where you had the late field goal from Nick Folk on the Patriots to end it. So moral of the story here with Denzel, it went from like, hey, this kid's promising as a rookie, was someone who thought like, hey, you know, borderline first round pick, falls to the second round, Jets grab him. Some things you like in his first year, and then second year, complete other end of the spectrum. So I'm not ready to just say that's it, it's over. Denzel he's not an NFL player, but I'm also not saying, hey, you gift wrap him that opportunity and say, here you go, you can compete for one of the top 4 spots, let's say, on the roster for the wide receiver position. I think that would be a mistake, which has been abundantly clear. I feel like I've made it on this part because I think the Jets need to either trade for a wide receiver that could put up 1,000 yards or draft a receiver at pick 10, whichever receiver it is that you like the best at that point. So obviously I want to add more to the wide receiver room, but if they get anything out of Denzel Mims this year, that'd be happy. Now, am I going to bet on it? Am I saying it's absolutely going to happen? No. Of course not. That is crazy town. But I'm also at the same time not saying it's a definite that he's done. I think that's a stretch. So we'll see what happens in training camp. He's doing the right things, at least. Positive spin there. But now it's about getting on the field, knowing how to play all the different positions. You have yourself in shape, which is great. No more stupid penalties. Maybe show something that you can stick on this roster. Please, because if not, that 2020 draft class, oh boy, it's starting to look rough. Outside of, I'm still a Mekhi Becton guy. You guys know I like Bryce Hall. But outside of that, not the best. Not the best. So let me know what you guys think. What's your take on all the Denzel Mims love over the past few days? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below or on social media. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.